Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. Now that we got this frame here painted all up, if you haven't seen that, you should go check out the last video where we paint the frame. It's time to turn our attention to the engine, getting it cleaned, resealed, and things like that. So yeah, let's start on it. Some of you might remember this engine that we pulled out before, and it's looking a little worse for wear, especially because everything's been apart for 4 or 5 years. So yeah, we got this engine to replace it, which you've seen already in the back of my truck, but today we're going to work on cleaning it up. So yeah, I'm just going to clean up most of this dirt and grime, and then pull out some wear components that we want to replace and fix some things we want to fix. So yeah, let's get to it. Alright, so as we were working on the engine, way over there, I noticed that some of these injectors are different than each other. And I don't know if we can see this. There's a little AA right there. And there's a little AD on that one, an AD on that one. I think that one's an AD as well. And then these three are AD. This one, I don't really know. An AA, possibly. And the difference between those are AA injectors came in that old body style truck, and then AB and AD injectors came in that newer body style truck. So basically in 1999 they went to ABs, and then in 2000 they went to ADs. So 2000 to 03, I believe, are the years, have ADs. 94 to 97 have AAs. Single shot, split shot. Another thing I noticed when I pulled, so I noticed that, so I started pulling them all out. This one doesn't even have an O-ring on it. So this is a prime example of why you'd want to check all this before you just toss an engine in your truck. These are different O-rings. This is just like a different style. I want to say this is the old style Ford did, and this is the updated, but I'm also not 1000% sure. So yep, this one has no O-rings as well, or a copper washer. So yeah, these are some things that you'd want to look out for if you were doing a 7.3 swap in your truck. Yeah, so basically this O-ring will separate your oil and your fuel. Your fuel will be here, your oil is here. So in this injector, the truck would probably never start. All your oil would just be filling into your fuel system, and your oil pressure is 1,000 or 2 psi, and your fuel is 30. So you're never going to get fuel into this injector, and then your oil is just going to empty into your fuel bowl back into your tank. Same thing with this one. This O-ring is just like the bottom of your fuel, so it wouldn't have really done anything. It just filled this whole thing up with oil. Same thing. And that's not even to mention whether this will even run in this configuration with ADs and ABs. Or if these are even ADs. So the top of these are actually interchangeable between the two injectors, from what I understand. So there's no way of even knowing if this is an AD injector or an AA injector. Maybe it's an AD or an AA injector with just the AD top piece here that fires it, which would be okay, but I have no way of knowing that. So we're going to swap it out with the injectors that came from the truck with the bad engine. Just go from there. If we have problems, we'll replace them or fix them as needed. So yeah, that's something to look out for sure. So one other thing I found while I was taking apart the engine is that this engine, let's see, will not turn over all the way. So it'll go about a rotation, almost, and then it stops, and it locks. So that leads me to believe that there's something in one of these cylinders, and I stuck this screwdriver inside of each of these cylinders to kind of see which one was at top. So that one, maybe that one. I'm convinced there's something in cylinder 3 or 8 right there. So either that one or this one, I believe, has something in it, which means we're going to need to pull the heads off, which is unfortunate, but whatever. I guess it is what it is. Also, the underneath of this engine looks really nice as far as things go, except for this. I don't know who put this destroyed pickup tube on here, but yeah, everything inside this engine looks pretty nice. So nothing's bent, nothing's broken. The cylinder or the pistons are silver and they're not burnt. None of the piston oil squirters are broken, so that's all a very good sign. So yeah, I guess I'm gonna take these heads off now. Well, I guess I was right. Number 3 cylinder is just full of everything. Yep, so I guess we'll get to cleaning some of this out and see what happens. Maybe, I guess. I don't know. That might be bad. Might be okay. We're about to find out. Upon further inspection, it looks like there wasn't anything in this side at all where I thought something might be in number 8, but it was all just this number 3 with the buildup of corrosion. It looks like water's been sitting in there for an extended amount of time, so, and that was just blocking the cylinder from coming up. So yeah, I kind of got as much as I could out of here by hand with like a red Brillo pad, and yeah, that's about it really. But you can still see there's evidence. I don't know whether that's more or less staining or not, but I'm going to attempt to give it like a little hone just to kind of smooth some of this out more, because it's not ideal for sure. So yeah, I'm gonna try that. To accomplish that, I picked up this little honing tool that fits in my drill. So I don't expect to put any new like hash or cross hatching in this, but just to use this to kind of smooth out the wrong that is happening here. So hopefully that'll be enough to keep this thing good, not oversize it anyway, but I guess there's only one way to find out, because I'm not boring it. So yeah, let's get started. Alright, so after 20 minutes of using that, the honing tool, this is what we have. And it's a lot smoother now. I think that this will work for our purposes. So yeah, I think that's where we're going to leave that. I think it's good enough for what we're going to be trying to do, which isn't trying to build an insane amount of power or anything. It's just going to be a stock bottom end. Well, really a stock engine, so it's not really anything I think we're gonna have to worry about, hopefully. If not, like I said, we'll do this again. We'll pull it out, get another short block, put it back together. So I think with that, I'm gonna clean up this deck face and we're gonna get ready to put this head back on. All right, well, there's the block deck clean, all ready for our heads now. I've also cleaned all of the gasket material off of our heads, and we're ready to install. So yeah, I guess that's what we'll do next. As you saw in this last clip here, the engine doesn't really work like it's supposed to. We have a problem with it idling on its own, as well as really producing a lot more blow-by than I would like to see in a truck that, you know, I want to drive around. So I think the engine's a dud at this point, unless we want to bore it or go that route to try to get that fixed. But it's just too expensive, right? So you can go to a junkyard. I've gotten a couple of long or short blocks, even long blocks, out of the junkyard for, you know, less than 200 bucks. So it's just not worth, you know, spending the money to bore it and then spending the money for, you know, $1,000 worth of parts to fit in that bored block. Maybe later when these things are a little more rare, or you know, whatever else happens in our lifetime. But yeah, for now it's just cheaper and easier to get, you know, a used one with decent compression on it. So yeah, that's what I do. This clip you're seeing me transfer all of the good parts off of the old block onto the new block. And then yeah, pretty soon here I'll end up making a video about how I start these on the ground. That'll probably be the next video, so stick around for that. But yeah, thanks for watching. I hope you guys learned something. If you have any questions or comments, leave them down below and I will get back to you. Thanks for watching.